It got so bad that stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression that most of my hair started to fall out and Emery started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
I'm listening.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. Couldn't think straight and being that Emery hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain. But I thought it could be fixed over time, since things were just so amazing that first year. But
I think you are being too hard about this.
as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of the note. As we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
I can leave you on later, but like I'm over.
Emery has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits. So much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
He doesn't. I couldn't see it. Come on. Jesus Christ!
I didn't even know there was two tests.
I'm bleeding out! Medic!
One second.
Thank you so much! Guys, I'm unbiased, but the reality is that it's what they do in court. It's what they do. I always think the both sides of the story. Yeah, you can have reservations, but I think being immature about
Here is a video up close of Emery's rabbits.
I think it's odd.
These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected.
What's that?
This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage, being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not gonna sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
What's the black stuff? I don't know what any of this is. No, this is purple.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this. These are mites all around her cage.
Ew! Ew! What? Fuck, I'm bleeding out!
Okay. I would tell her to take care of them all the time, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died, and my brother was came over and said that when my kids are completely neglected, and this is disgusting. The rabbits just be outside. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place.
In the sun?
Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day. And what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother, and I couldn't see myself marrying her. The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her, or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came. These stalkers are no joke. And the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers, as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her, on and off screen, that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better. I'm sorry. I know I was controlling and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person.
At the end of the day,
and I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry, I think it's kind of... The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together, or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights. But the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house. Sorry. They knew my every movement. I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last. But I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat. Every month went by the last year and our fights started to get louder. We were breaking up with each other almost weekly. Fights were getting more aggressive and shouting began to increase. I was not perfect and I reflect on those situations poor taste in myself.
Guys, if somebody makes claims,
I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. And I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem. So, just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emily, and when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him.
I think what she meant is...
It is disgusting what these stalkers can do. I will say this.
I don't think this is
the fact that this guy came to my house, and the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls, and terrifying for the situation in general.
Trust me, I know.
Sorry. I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it soon. One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss.
The BJ incident.
She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
I think it's like a big like read the room moment type thing. But yeah.
But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last 2 months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we